This is an ancient strange egg. The boy slowly stabbed in with a knife. After finding a good support point, a gentle pry, the bright green egg shell leaked out. Oh my god. This makes the boy immediately blinded circle. Just when the egg shell was halfway pried, Mom's voice came from the distance. Tom had to put down his weapon and leave the place. And just at that moment, the strange egg actually moved on its own. At night, Tom suddenly remembered the strange egg. He rushed over in the heavy rain. As soon as he entered the house, he found the cracked egg shell on the floor. This made Tom a little panic. Suddenly, he heard the sound of screaming from the side, so he slowly and courageously walked inside. Finally, in the corner, he found this little guy who had broken the egg. Tom slowly reached out his left hand, trying to pet it. I didn't expect the little guy was quite stubborn. Fortunately, after Tom fed it an apple, the relationship between the two slowly became better and better. Tom also gave him a cute name, Monster. The next day, an army appeared in their place. Because of the war, to stay here for a while, Tom came to the warehouse to visit the monster, only to find the house in shambles. It turns out the monster has a husky nature. He would eat anything when he was hungry. The leather shoes made of pure leather. The monster had bitten off a large bite. Tom knew it was hungry. He was about to go to the kitchen to get it something to eat, but the kitchen was already taken over by John, the cheerleader. There was no choice. Tom had to carry the garbage can over. When the monster saw it, I can't say how happy he was. He got into the trash can and made it. While the monster was eating, Tom also told it a story at the same time. Before Tom finished the story, the trash can was actually finished by the monster. Tom found that the monster was a little dry, so a bucket of water was poured in. The monster was happy to play in the water. It was so comfortable. After eating, you can still relax and unwind. One day, a man poured the water from the garbage can outside. Scared, Tom rushed over to check. Fortunately, it was a false alarm. The monster wasn't inside. Tom spent the night looking for it outside, and the monster was wandering around the house. At that moment, a pug dog took a liking to it, barked twice and then chased after it. This is a monster with special horns on its head. While it was taking a leisurely stroll, the dog rushed over. Scared, it desperately fled forward. The dog kept chasing after it. The monster was running and looking back at the same time. The dog was about to catch up with him. Just like that, the monster was lucky to escape from a disaster. Before going to bed, Maria was about to take a shower. Just walked into the house. A scream came out. Tom heard it and he hurriedly went upstairs to stop his sister. While pushing her back into the house, he explained, Tom was surprised to find, just a few hours had not seen, the monster had grown several times. Seeing how close the two were, Maria also slowly lowered her guard, and was willing to help Tom keep the secret. Tom happily praised Maria as a good sister, but just at that moment, Jack barged in. He instantly found the monster in the bath. There was nothing he could do. Tom had to tell the truth, because Jack liked Tom's mother, so he quickly accepted the monster, and told them, this is most likely the Loch Ness monster. Just at that moment, Tom's mother came up to them. Luckily, with Jack's help, let the monster escape in the toilet. The rest of the day, the monster lived in the bath. Tom fed it regularly. One day, the door of the house was forgotten to be closed. The mischievous monster slipped out again. The dog heard the commotion and ran upstairs. The two of them directly fought head-on. Scared, the monster ran and slipped away. The dog started a strong chase again. And so, the two began to parkour on the stairs. Oh my god. Vase antiques all broken all over the floor. It was like a movie version of Tom and Jerry. See the monster under the table. The dog jumped up and came to the table, passing by the place. No one was left behind. In the end, the monster used its high intelligence, pretended to be a statue to get rid of the dog. Then he turned around, looking at a pool of goldfish. Two eyes, have a look, a dive into it. Let all the goldfish get their lunch. The next day, when they found the monster had grown to the size of a pig. No way. Several people had to pull the monster to the lake, although the monster was attached to Tom. But in the end, under the lure of the apple, the monster still left Tom. Looking at the monster farther and farther away from him, Tom silently shed tears. Time came a few months later. Tom came to the lake alone in a boat to look for the monster. But when the monster emerged, Tom immediately dumbfounded. At this time, the monster has grown to tens of meters high. After seeing its master Tom, it tenderly put its face to let him touch, although they hadn't seen each other for months. But the relationship is still very intimate. Then the monster let Tom sit on his body, began to take him around the lake, swim up, and took Tom to dive into the water. But in a short time, Tom had difficulty breathing. Quickly patted the monster's body. The monster saw this, swam straight towards the surface of the lake, like a small white dragon rushed out. Just like that, in the monster's company, Tom also slowly learned to dive. But when the two were having fun, the dog led John to the lake. John found the monster, wanted to hunt him. The next day, the troops suddenly had a drill training. Several cannons were aimed at the lake, although Tom rushed forward to stop it. The shells almost hurt the monster. Obviously, this was John's opinion. The human approach. The monster had a sudden change of character, actually began to attack Tom. Luckily, Jack saved him. At the same time, John took a few people also came to the lake, tried to attack the monster with a gun. When the monster was angry, a water float, the whole boat was overturned. then a big mouth on the mouth of John. Just as he was about to take a bite out of it, Tom shouted and walked over, and fell into the lake by accident. Slowly sinking, the monster hurriedly shook out the John in his mouth, dived head first into the water, swam to Tom's front, with his mouth to save him up, slowly put Tom on the shore. At that moment, Tom's mother followed the troops, also came here, seeing this huge thing with her own eyes. Suddenly, a cannonball came. Tom jumped on top of the monster, trying to direct the monster out of here. Simply handsome, good and all the way under the command of Tom. Dodged all the shells chased, but it was about to escape from here. But a metal net suddenly appeared in front of us, blocked the way of the monster. Tom apologized to the monster for not being able to protect it. Apologized to the monster. At the same time, Mom came here with the troop boss, dragged Tom to the boat, and the monster jumped straight up in the water. Destroyed the whole iron net, successfully escaped into the sea. Tom and the others were very happy. After a few more days, the monster emerged from the lake to say goodbye to Tom and then leapt up and disappeared into the sea. This movie conveys the peace between humans and animals. The water monster in the film is even kinder than humans, although the troops hit it with a cannonball, but the monster did not harm them. Tom and the monster's feelings are even more touching to me. If you still have a child's heart, then it is a good movie. Follow me, take you into the movie life.